Legal weed in California, but fined and deported in China. You were born and raised in Southern California, working in which local company, grinding like a... Well, let's just say we were putting in some serious hours. Then, one day, out of nowhere, your boss slaps you on the back like BAM and says, you know what? You've got upper management written all over you. Or at least there's something written there. I just can't read it. How about a promotion? You could be a big cheese in Shanghai. Double the pay and free rent. You think to yourself, well, I've been single for years, no wife, no friends. Might well just go on an adventure. So you decide to take the plunge. Before you leave, you have one last hangout with your bros. And what do you pull out? The finest California export. No, not wine, but that good old legal California weed. You know that in China, smoking weed is a no-go. So you think, hey, might as well go with a bang before I leave. Fast forward, you touch down in Shanghai and discover that the expat scene here is lit. You fit right in. One day at the bar, some friends whip up, you guessed it, weed. And you're like, what? These guys are way too bold. So you just sip your alcohol and keep your hands to yourself like a good kid. And guess what? The very same night, someone tips off the cops. Boom, everybody gets hold of it. You're freaking out. Explain to anyone who will listen. I didn't smoke, I didn't touch it. But who believes you? Nobody. They chop off a lock of your hair for testing, and surprise, there's still some leftover fun from your California days clinging to your glorious name. Next thing you know, you're slapped with a 500 RMB fine and a one-way ticket out of the country. Talk about bad luck, guys. You're left scratching your head like, wait, I don't even smoke here. What gives? Well, here's the deal. In China, weed is a no-go. It's considered a soft drug, but the punishment is anything but soft. According to the Public Security Administration penalties law, if you get caught using weed, you could be looking at up to 15 days in detention and a fine of up to 2,000 RMB. And if you caught over 30 kilograms of cannabis leaves or 1 kilogram of cannabis oil, congratulations! You just won yourself a lifelong stay and a very different kind of high security accommodation, a Chinese prison. And get this, if you've been partaking abroad, even if you never touched anything in China, they'll sure treat it like you were lighting up right here. Well, it's not enough to land you in jail. The foreigner and administrative penalty can very easily get you booted out of the country. Even if you dodge deportation, good luck trying to get a residence permit again. You're pretty much blacklisted from living here. So, what's the moral of the story? China does not mess around when it comes to drugs. They're stricter than your grandma on Thanksgiving. So if you're living or traveling in China, don't even think